Oh, hi. Hello. How are you? Welcome back to The Viewer's Voice. It has been such a long time since I have sat down and recorded a voiceover, but I figured what better time than when we're talking about the dumpster fire that is Todrick Hall, this new show on MTV, The Real Friends of WeHo, that literally nobody asked for, but also Todrick's response to the show's poor ratings, 29,000 people that have signed to change.org to actually have the show removed, and RuPaul's Drag Race restored to 90 minutes. And if you guessed the route that Todrick Hall is going to take in that, you're right. It's the mental health card. Everyone feel bad for me and then go watch my show so it doesn't get canceled. Cancel the show already. So this is actually comical to me that Todrick Hall would have the audacity, the gall, and the gumption during the promotion of this new show, The Real Friends of WeHo, which, by the way, The Real Friends of WeHo took the place of 30 minutes of RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul's Drag Race used to be a 90-minute episode. Now it's been cut down to 60. So basically you're getting like what, between 42 and 45 minutes of queen time on the screen. But during the promotion of The Real Friends of West Hollywood, Todrick had the audacity to say the following: "We as the queer community, we're always saying we want more diversity, more inclusion, more representation. I think this is the answer to it. We need to start telling other stories that are not competition-based so people can just see us in our natural habitat." It's funny that Todrick Hall thinks that he's always the answer to everybody's problems, even though he has literally been wrapped in controversy more than a lot of social media influencers for that matter. I think that he's like right up there with James Charles now. I genuinely do believe that Todrick has his head up his own ass so far that he thinks that he is the answer for the gay community. Like, you have to be some kind of delusional to think that the show that you're participating in, 6 gay men taking West Hollywood, wow, groundbreaking, is the representation the LGBTQ community has been needing, has been searching for. Meanwhile, your show, which I'm sure is not going to make it past 1 season unless you're on those knees, girl. Let's be honest. You'd have to be doing some extra favors to get a shit show like this to even go further than a few episodes. Let's be completely honest with that. But your show, which by the way, it's very shady of MTV, and I don't know if RuPaul had anything to do with this, to smack it right between RuPaul's Drag Race and Untucked, which is the reason why RuPaul's Drag Race has been cut to 60 minutes. But it's giving that even MTV knew that nobody is going to be interested in The Real Friends of WeHo. They had to place it between RuPaul's Drag Race and Untucked in hopes, in my opinion, that people would not change the channel. But it's looking like that backfired because people did change the channel. People recorded the episodes and went back later to watch Untucked. But your show, Todrick, that you're claiming is so needed because we need to hear other stories, is actually taking away and diminishing stories that people actually relate to. No one is relating to 6 gay men in West Hollywood that are past their prime. But you would rather, in my opinion, silence the voices of gay, transgender, queer artists who are on TV getting introduced to the world on a national level, a worldwide level even, for the first time, because you, Todrick, think that people need to hear your story again. Your little rehabilitation tour that you're trying to do and trying to make everyone think you're not this horrible person is not working. You are literally a liar. You told people you don't owe money on a house that you own, air quotes, own, and the judge turned around and said, no, you owe $100,000 in rent. Nobody can trust what you say, Todrick. So if you think that you're going to be able to go from like a Big Brother where people saw you for who you really were 24 hours a day to some over-edited MTV show, no. Sweetie, no. The delusion is strong with you. So because Todrick has been receiving so much hate regarding The Real Friends of WeHo, he decided to take photos of a handwritten letter, which is very interesting because half of this letter is in cursive and then he quickly gave up on the cursive for some reason. The statement goes as follows: "Dear friends, family, and fans, tonight, a new show I'm a part of, The Real Friends of WeHo, premieres on MTV. This is very bittersweet for me because while I am very proud of the work we all did, I have to mentally prepare myself for the insane influx of hate that comes my way. It is extremely difficult to stay grounded and remember that most of the people spewing hate don't personally know me or see me as human. Todrick, I guarantee you that everyone discussing you and talking about this show see you as a human. They just also see you as an asshole and the many, many other things that you are. When our LGBTQ+ show was announced, you'd think any pushback would have come from the church or conservatives upset with 3 hours of queer programming on a major network. But a closer look would show you that the call was coming from inside the house. We fight for acceptance, yet we don't accept our own. We fight for representation, then fight against it when we get it, because it doesn't come in the form we'd hoped. So here are my thoughts going into the night and this new chapter of my life. For the first time ever, MTV has 3 consecutive hours of queer representation, and the gays are creating petitions to get a queer show taken off the air, instead of focusing on the other 165 hours of the week when representation is either lacking or non-existent. This part is so comical to me and just shows how fucking pompous Todrick Hall is. I feel like I've made this whole video without saying fuck. MTV would not ask RuPaul to cut her Emmy award-winning hit on its 15th season to accommodate our little 6-episode show. These decisions are made months in advance, and even after our 6 weeks are up, you won't be getting 90-minute episodes. Let's practice fact-checking things before we start creating petitions against shows that are giving queer people on and off-camera job opportunities. It just feels like Todrick is trying to make it seem like people just want 90-minute episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race back. That's a huge part of it. But people don't want you on their screens, Todrick. You have a history of being an asshole on television. You also have a history of not taking accountability for anything that you do, trying to place the blame elsewhere to make other people look like assholes. Sweetie, take some accountability. Being queer is still hard, even in 2023, and trying to be a public figure in this space adds more difficulty. Mental health is a very real thing, even for celebrities. I challenge to search my name on Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, and imagine your name or a loved one's name in the place of mine. We are quick to post about mental health when someone is pushed to the point of taking their own life. Let's normalize being empathetic when we see bullying happening, because breaking points exist for everyone. I am an unsigned gay black man who moved to Hollywood in survival mode, green and excited to make something of myself. I have made 696 videos to date. If on average each video only had 25 people in them, which there are usually more, I would now have worked with and collabed with 17,400 people. I have made a ton of mistakes. I'm human. I've apologized and learned from these mistakes, but I am proud of myself for the hard work, and while other people are talking, I have been touring the world, paying and hiring queer people, putting money in the pockets of queer people of color and giving them a platform to share their stories. I own my own home. I would never lie to my fans about that. It was a huge accomplishment that wouldn't have been possible without your support through the years. I was renting and purchasing simultaneously, but now she's all mine. That's all I can legally say. I love my dancers. I was a dancer only my entire career until 2010. I have never not paid a dancer I promised payment to ever. If a dancer has done gigs or videos without pay, it was discussed before they ever stepped foot into rehearsal. I apologize to anyone I have ever offended, pissed off, burned over the past decade since I've been in LA. I take the comments, even the nasty ones, and try to find constructive criticism in them. Use it and learn from it. I love singing and dancing and being creative, and I don't think I'll ever stop. Thank you for standing by me and supporting me. Love always, Todrick Hall. A work in progress. There was another post from Todrick after the show premiered that had me clutching my non-existent pearls, because you have to be delusional or just have yes people around you to literally write this out and post it for the world to see. Because in the premiere, in the trailer for this show, they literally call West Hollywood something along the lines of the Mecca for the LGBT community. Like, it's where just everything revolves around it. Todrick had the following to say: could our ensemble of 6 be more diverse? Absolutely. But this points to a bigger issue. There isn't a large pool of gay celebs to begin with. They need to live in LA and be available, have time and a desire to do the show. But why don't we hold the Real Housewives to this standard? So Todrick Hall wants his following to believe that there are not many gay people, not many gay celebrities out there that wanted to tell their story and be on a show. Celebrities maybe not, but I know for certain one of the people, Joey, that is on that cast is a TikTok influencer. I have literally watched interviews for this show that says TikTok influencer. So you want us to believe that there are no lesbians, transgender men, transgender women, you know, the other part of the GB that is going on in the show, because some of them are gay, and I think like one of them, the guy on the right of the photo, I think that he's bisexual. So you want us to believe that nobody else from the alphabet decided to apply for this show. Girl, miss me with that bullshit. So now I just have to ask, did anybody that is watching this video actually tune in to the Real Friends of WeHo? What is your opinion? Did you enjoy it? Do you think it'll be canceled after 1 season? And do you think it should just not even be a show to begin with? Like, the Real Friends of West Hollywood. That is, y'all. I can't. I'm gonna end this video. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye.